love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
And we're into the action. Going for speed. And we've got a little bit of a setup early on here. Davenport set up outside of B. Just one in towards mid, one in towards A to check any aggression, any rotations coming in here. But it's ultimately almost certainly going to be the B hit. But what I will say for them is, look at these HEs. If this turns into a retake, there's a lot of nades available for EG. And actually, Davenport, having shown strength towards B, having seen nothing, I don't think, are going to shift back the other way. Junior was the early warning system. He's seen enough to say they're coming this way. I'm backing on off. Oh, the nade. Waiting for the tick of the bomb plant to come through. It's ambitious from Junior. Confident, I will say. And there it is. There's the HE. Goodbye, corn. Woo! That's exactly what those nades were for. We've already got one up. Now they're flying through. Great use of the utility. Flashbangs clear the way, and it's just a clean sweep. They're moving all of the pieces off the board. Davenport will get one. EG.Jeorge, though, reloading. He's overwhelmed. No way, no how he's getting out of that one.
Nah, no escape from EG, who just swarmed the site. The nade stack takes away any chance of the bomb plant, and then the fraggers do their job. George, Junior, Walco, and Rush just running in, mopping up the mess. And Davenport with a P250 and I think a Glock for corn. I assume there's a Glock for corn. There is a Glock for corn. We'll try and get a bomb plant out of this round, but I don't think it's necessarily very likely. It should be a clean round for EG. And another nade kill! 2 rounds, 2 nade kills from EG. I'm liking it.
I always love a bit of nade damage. I mean, here's the thing, right? First, a map that just lends itself to it very nicely. Junior's just going hunting down the A ramp. He's found 2 early on. I mean, this round, it wasn't going to be anything. You know, it's definitely not going to be anything. Definitely not going to be anything. But let's talk about Junior and what he could bring to this team, right? Because this is, I mean, Junior's filling in the shoes left by Wiz. Wiz got promoted up to that main roster, but hasn't exactly had the most glorious of performances since the promotion. So for Junior, I mean, part of this is about showing up within the CG Black roster. Part of this might be an audition to try and make a push into that main team. That's something that all of these various rosters have to be thinking about with everything that they show.
Yeah, it's definitely the definition of playing in the minors. Every single game is an audition to get up to the big club. And I think Junior will probably have that in the back of his mind at the very least. Certainly, I think George as well is another top North American prospect in terms of a rifler. And I think Junior probably has a quicker chance of getting that promotion.
Blood sacrifice on Junior to start the round.
Okay, he's gonna go get a knife now.
Little knifey poo on the Junior. See if that fires him up in this first gun round. Stand dumping utility deep. They might check yellow. Could have done. The support from the rifles, and they opt. Maybe that's a bad idea. Understood. It's gonna be the pressure in towards mid. Let's see if they can overwhelm George. George has spotted the first. He's got a Molotov, he's got a smoke, but he's trying to set up his teammate to throw the flashes to allow him to peek back in. And yeah, he's got the angle. Smalley's going to be effective as well, doing a good job of stalling out this initial feint in from Davenport. But they didn't commit. They're just doing a little bit of poking and prodding around the map, seeing what space to give this double swing in. Well, it's actually pretty effective. They use the SMG to bait in the 2 rifles. You wind up with the advantage. It's a good way to mitigate the bonus round buy, if you will. So, Davenport are left without their mid presence. They're going for this push up A. They've got a lurker over towards B. Still some options for where they want to take it, but with 50 seconds and not a lot of information, eventually they're just going to have to pick and go. The bomb is wandering into A. Solo Dolo, though, up the ramp. Oh, never mind. EG.Jeorge, he's up top. He's wandering through. Here into yellow, and I mean, it's just Junior to deal with on the initial full right, but Junior's going to be holding relatively passive so that he can bring in his teammate. That's exactly what's going to happen. Smoke's going to come in. Stanislav will dump the Molotov to try and punish Spec. Spec doesn't take too much damage, but Junior gone. This is a viable round here, Boggs.
3v3 retake on A. Davenport can definitely get something out of this here. The SMG's got to clear the close angles, though. It's got to go in first. Let George and Walco clean up the mess. Utility to get some sort of ground onto the side. George clears up towards side. Now he's going to make sure nobody peeks through it. The smoke's down to 15. There's kits, and nobody's tapped it really just yet. Stan goes through, Corn eats him up. George has data, Walco fell spec. Time for the taps, time for the praise. Before the time he might have just done it. They run into him.
No, they got enough.
And well, yeah, they got it just in the nick of time though. That P250 out from Walco actually finishes the job.
Woo. They got it. And you still got 2 players completely unblemished, no deaths for George or Walco so far in this game. Op's going to be out for Junior. Now you've got the full buy. You've got all the guns you could possibly want. Yes, a bomb plant will allow Davenport to chase that one in, but this one's going to be tougher. You've got that opping presence to contend with, presumably over towards the A ramp. And, well, what are they going to be able to do? It's like pressure A initially. Someone holding for the mid push. Relatively straightforward right now. Utility dump here towards A. EG's anticipating a little bit more aggression. Stance dumped all of his nades early. He's now playing cement without a smoke, which is somewhat of a risky prospect. Haven't found contact yet. Player working his way up yellow. Pugg could make something happen here. He wants to peek. No present side haul. This is going to get real weird. Stan trying to wrap around on it. He's going to get caught, but the trade's instant.
It's a good 1-for-1 there, although it does give more space to Davenport. They've used up a lot of their... Actually, EG have used up almost all of their utility. Yeah. 3 pieces of util, 2 flashes of nade. This mid-fight's going to be very critical, and Junior loses that initial duel. Doesn't die, but he takes the damage. B-site able to be exploited.
They're
rotating. I think it's all part...
They're rotating late. They're going to go back towards A with the bomb, which is really interesting because they've pulled the majority of this presence off, and now EG's starting to spread out.
Look at Walco's position, too, all the way through the ladder.
Oh, this is going to be huge. This backstab could be absolutely lethal. He could actually get caught by the B-lurk, and he's going towards clearing B right now, so they're going to be playing retake towards the other side of the map. Spec knife out. That's a freebie, and now they know. Now they know. Now they can rotate on through. Now they can make the moves on through. They're leaving one. Just to be diligent about it. Nades are in time. EG.Jeorge takes the punishment. Can he get off the spot? Oh, no. Walco spotted the other. He's so ready, but Austin still wins it. Still, they know where the last is. Austin's down to half. This should be nigh on impossible. And Rush will indeed finish the job.
3 alive for EG. That's solid for the economy. They keep the op. They can get a little bit of util up again. The rifles, of course. Bomb plant going to entice Davenport into a buy-up once more. They're getting the bomb down, which is something, but they just can't hold off on the retakes. That was a great play by Walco, picking off spec and then making it through the ramp. That spot for the pair. Just all that information, absolutely huge. And EG, they almost got caught with their pants down, though. Davenport had the read. They had the play on him. Bit unlucky not to get anything more out of that round besides a bomb plant.
George is playing aggro here. He's the only one who hasn't been killed just yet. Oh, that was his teammate's Molotov.
Yep.
Stan. Well, all right. That flawless record is gone. I guess he was trying to work it in right to the edge there and just biffed it. That one's pretty hard to defend. To be honest with you folks.
I got nothing on that one.
Just straight mollied his teammate's position. All right. Okay. Yep. Let's see if that costs him. 4v4 now. It's coming in towards the soft B site. There's just one player here. Don't mind the 3 in spawn. It's not real. It can't hurt you. It's Ghost Stanislaw. Junior's floating back, maybe in a nick of time if he can join up with his teammate. Get in a position to bring the op to bear. He's at least going to make him feel more comfortable towards mid so Walco can commit. Utility coming over. This should tip them off. Now Junior's into the angle. He's into the fight. Smokes are down. Might provide cover from the bomb plant, but Walco gets one, gets away. Junior drops the bomb, and it's all falling apart for Davenport. 30 seconds. Still time to make this happen, but the Molotov makes things difficult. Pugg's trying to take the forward angle. There's a flank developing all the while. Stanislaw working his way up it, but he's doing it slow. 20 seconds. Walco knows that spot. Not getting away with that from him, and it's all over. So a massacre through and through. EG make up for the blunder. It's all well. It's all good. It's all fun.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That's one to go back and watch and look into that a little bit more. But now Davenport, not around you're going to want to watch for them, is it's just going to be Tech 9's a Glock. Maybe an upgrade for Spec, but no, he's going to save for an op, it looks like. Something to counter Junior, although the rifles have been doing a good job of that so far. Just looking for a bomb plant here, Davenport. Something to bolster the economy. Junior playing a very aggressive angle with the op, considering what he's up against. And yeah, he's going to group up with his teammates, back up to the side. That's a good decision. Don't overextend the op. Don't lose that early. That's where things really start to go downhill. The push coming up. The op can have a chance to feast on the eeks. Is the buffet open for business?
Good at least. Looking for that bomb plant. Soft targets, though, and they've been punished by the HEs so often, you can tell they're a little hesitant. Stan trying to avoid going down here. He is taking back the space. Oof. Well, that's unfortunate. That's why you need the player outside Hall, and well, it's all falling apart. The chance for a bomb plant is fast going away. Rush is low. That's about all you can say works in their favor. Corn, you saw him. Glock kill. Glock kill. No Glock. Flawless round for EG.
Flawless for EG, and good for their economy, which still has been punished by the 2-3 kills that Davenport have been managing to find pretty much every single round.
No,
the guns have
no,
come
they
out.
really haven't. Total, so there's 6 rounds. We've had 6 rounds, right? There's been 8 kills.
Once the guns have come out, Mike.
Okay.
They've managed kills.
All right.
There's a caveat.
Okay. Yeah, they don't have limitless money just yet, but
No.
need a little bit more damage output from Davenport. This is what we were talking about in terms of just the pure firepower aspect.
Yeah.
EG is going to be one of the toughest teams in this group to go up against.
Definitely. I mean, they struggled against MIBR. That's also understandable. That's a team on its way to Pro League. Nouns and Vendetta won't be the easiest firepower-wise to deal with either. But other than that, I think they can go toe-to-toe with most of the other squads. It's just the top 4 that usually seem to be a cut above the rest in general in these groups. Spec, he's got the op now. He's got to get something on the board. He's got to break open that goose egg. Get a breadstick on there. Same for the Davenport squad as in terms of a team score line, because 6-0 start for EG, very good. 0-6 start for Davenport, quite the opposite on their own map pick.
There we go. Opener. Haven't had that in a while. Op on op. Spec got the op. He finally gets his first kill. He cracks a man advantage for a moment. It's the first one I think Davenport have had. I want to say period. I'm not confident in that statement, though. Corn's going to walk this smoke. Uh-oh. Walker sees him, but Corn gets the better of him, so this time it works out. And we're back to a man advantage for Davenport. This could be the round. This could be them getting on the board. Rush has worked his way back out towards quad, but look at how much this has drawn the focus over towards B, and it's just a feint. It's just a fake. They're headed towards A this entire time because they have EG.Jeorge pushed up on the side hallway. He's got that forward angle. He's calling for his teammates to rotate back over, but it's Junior. Gonna be Johnny on the spot. He's coming back around. Let's see if Junior can make this happen. Oh, do they have a smoke for this angle? They do. Okay. Should be good to get the bomb plant in then. Stan has one more HE. That's going to come over to punish the planter, and it's Spec, the low HP player. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson? Keep doing it. Flashbang through. Stan didn't even finish that kill. Oh, he still gets it. Dane was blind for days. Fully blind. He's never going to see again. It's wild. Junior trades out just down to Corn. Junior misses one. Here's the opportunity. No help for Stan. He's got to get the headshot, and Corn's done it. It took a 4K, but Davenport University are on the board.
They finally get it going. It's Corn after that opening pick from Spec that just scales forward. Great lurk up towards side hall on A from Dane. And that just works out for Davenport. Yeah, they lost the plant in the initial part, but then they finally finished it off in the end. Great stuff from Corn. EG back on the buy, but their money not too great, so they are in danger of being reset. It's a swing round here, number 8. It's a big chance for EG to establish a firm hold on this half. And Davenport trying to cut that gap as fast as possible, not let it get to the point where they're getting gapped and lapped. And Junior is getting tagged pretty heavily off that initial engagement. Not the best start for EG here, but not quite the opening pick that Davenport desired.
Not quite. You know, an Opera, if you get by with just the skin of your teeth, still a kill. Easily. Just have to click once.
Point and click adventure game.
Oh, dang.
If only it was that easy.
And they're peppering this. He's had so much success just getting upside all. They're just not fighting it, right? That's something that I guess we'll see if EG ever adjust it. Haven't obviously had too many issues with it. Smoke's going to come out here. Now they know. Stanislav's on the edge. George was trying to create some space for his in-game leader, but Stan's stuck. So he's going to try and go high and find a kill low. Oh, he might have it. Pugg, a little ambitious, knowing the fact that there was still a player stuck here. He's playing with danger, and now, with Rush finding another kill, they're down 2. Corn's going to try and lurk up on towards B. Finding some space here, but Walco spotted it, and that's not a kill. Flashbang, good. Kill found. Trade there. No. Corn, again going big for the squad. He's trying to find all the kernels on this cob. And a bomb plant in. Health low for 4 players across both teams. This one's going to get spicy. Body shots going to be enough to finish this here, Bugs.
Only one flash for Corn, and I think he might have just popped this round open. Might be a save call from EG. They know their money's low, and they are going to abort this mission.
All right. Corn basically single-handedly delivering back-to-back rounds to Davenport University.
It's the Corn show. It did not look good for Davenport either after losing those first 2 players in Pugg and Austin. But the flashes in towards B, really facilitating those Corn picks, and that second kill kind of cements it as the bomb goes down. Great stuff from Corn again. And that homegrown talent for Davenport, showing up big against EG here in the midway portion of this half. Buy up again from EG is going to bring them to the bottom of their bank, though. So they are very much in danger of that reset. An MP9 for Walco. And you mentioned it, EG giving up side haul for free, Dane taking full advantage of that. When will they make the change? When will they adjust?
This round.
There we go.
And Walco's just killed Corn. So, all right. That's your hero gone. He bleeds. Just like any other. He's been cast down. Now the question becomes, can someone else step to the plate? Because they're going to need it. It's been Corn.
Step to the plate.
I mean, a massive 4K in the first round, right? And then 2 huge entries onto B to just basically secure the round. Try Austin. Oh, no! Rush! Makes a mash of that one. That could actually be a difference maker. Junior, he's tucked behind the HVAC. He's got himself 1 kill. He's looking to make some kind of move here. Rotations to come in. Ashes have been effective, but he's still got a gap in that smoke. Spec's able to trade it out. Still, Junior might have done enough. He slowed down the bomb plant. A player's going to be occupied while they're coming through. There's a couple smokes still here. Davenport could slow this down, and they're going to try and do exactly that. And, okay, George will just kill somebody. Stan was lining up an aid, but that's a little more effective. No problem there. Spec down to half, but he's got the op. He's got the zoom banger, and he needs to be good. Wary of the flank. He's only seen 1 so far. He's scared that something might be developing here. Smoke going to give away his position, going to reveal it. Now they've spotted him. They certainly do know. Post on the angle. Spec trying to do something cheeky here on the edge of this smoke. There's the swing, but there's the kill. Time enough for the defuse? Yes.
Kit saves the day. So does George. Money going to be pretty rough for EG regardless of that fact. And Davenport can buy up again. The op back for Junior. Those 2 kills critical to allowing EG to even have a chance at that round. Could have been a 3rd straight for Davenport, but EG find a way to hold out and to get this one on the board. Corn going down early, though, really does hurt Davenport's chances there. You have to look to see if he can get something going again. Get an opening pick. And at this time, Walco has a FAMAS and not an MP9, although the MP9 might not necessarily be worse than the FAMAS in most situations. He's going to go down B stairs and look for something deep. And maybe, just maybe, find the gap on Austin, but Oh, it's actually going to be Corn down here again. Big fight. Critical. Spot the foot. He knows, and he wins it.
Walker's having a great game, right? I mean, he's been looking very good within this roster at various points. At times, you know, talking to him over the years of different variations of this core and this roster, the in-game leading has sort of fluctuated from being a burden to a boon in terms of his individual form. But right now, certainly as the B anchor here, he's been having great success. And that's a huge asset to the team. Smoke walls up. This should get a bomb plant. Theoretically, the Molotov's going to go in to try and deny that. And this time they didn't commit just yet. Will there be time when the smoke's still up? Maybe a sliver. Dan's going to get those numbers punched in. This fight in mid is huge. Oh, Austin's found the gap. Now he just needs to get there in time for his teammates to still be up. Austin, so much of this round hinges on him. Welco's putting on the angle, but it's all about the check, and he's going to get that one, and now they know someone's at their back, so they can't feel comfortable going for the retake. It might just end this round for EG. Oh, they're going in. Flashbang, not effective. Kills, certainly not, and Junior has just secured his escape route.
He'll get out of there. Get out of Dodge, but I think Davenport dodged a major bullet because they lost that opening pick. Things didn't look great. They were able to explode in towards A. Then Austin on that flank secures the round with that kill. Great work. Davenport closing the gap again. Starting to pick up the pace a little bit here. The individuals are starting to hit their shots, staying with that big 2K. It is still the T side of Vertigo too, so there is that for consolation. Davenport much stronger on the CT side compared. And EG, stronger on the T side by conversion. But a timeout called by EG, and they are not happy with how things are looking for them. And I can't say I blame them, Mike. I think that they honestly should have won most of these rounds they've lost, and some of the rounds they've won haven't necessarily been as confident as they should be.
Certainly. Also, just take the time to do a little accounting, right? Figure things out. Who's actually going to get what? George is a UMP. All right, sure. Go off, King. That got dropped over to him by, I want to say, Walco. Not actually sure of that fact. Probably Stan, now that I think about it. No, that doesn't make sense either. I don't know how this worked out. They figured out the accounting. Maybe Junior dropped it. That would make the most sense, probably. But let's see what George can do with a UMP. Because you know what? He's the kind of guy who can make it happen with any gun. He used to buy Bisons and run at people.
Yeah, the good old Bison plays.
Oh, Walco with the deagle continues to make his presence felt here. You're not taking the B steps without being punished. You are not taking B without at least one tap coming your way. But they're going to try. They're still determined here to pressure in towards B, having just seen the deagle. Perhaps they're emboldened, but there's heavy presence here. There's bodies on EG. Got the numbers present, and there's the damage coming in. This could be disastrous for Davenport. That deagle could have been the honey pat, the bait to lure them into destruction, and that seems to be the case. George with a UMP, but it's been Rush with the other SMG to do it all, and now Spec is surrounded by enemies, surrounded by foes. When do they realize he's here in the smoke? Oh, the no-scope, not even successful. His op can be retrieved, and a full buy stolen away by EG. They didn't even need the op of Junior. It's all the pistols, the SMGs, man.
It's all the deagle, the SMG mop-up, and now they have a double op set up to work with, too. Looks like Walco's going to hold on to that secondary big green. Plenty of utility, plenty of momentum. Off the back of the timeout, EG rip one out of the hands of Davenport, who now are on a bit of a broken buy with the Galil, a pair of pistols, and a pair of AKs. It is not ideal, to say the least, for Davenport, and you have to wonder, that one's a bit of a gut punch. It's a very aggressive pick from Junior. That's exactly why. That's a bit overzealous.
Djeorge continues to have some success on the side hole. Maybe hasn't been reflected in his numbers, but largely it's been about the space he's been able to take. And now in towards mid, they get another kill. Walco caught off. All of the mid presence pulled over towards 8, so they found the gap to punish the B player. They've got the sight. They're just going to take this. I mean, for EG, the money is certainly not in a good shape. You got multiple rounds to play. They'll give this a look, I suppose, but it shouldn't take much to make them turn tail and run, and that smoke might have been enough.
might have been in a bit of a brawly last couple of rounds where the broken buys are finding gaps, finding ways to win. It's scrappy Counter-Strike, but...
Smoke fade. Pugg spots him through it right as the new smoke blooms. That should do it. That should certainly do it. Are there going to be any survivors? No. No, there will not.
Good policy for Davenport. No survivors allowed. And it's a wise policy there. Now, EG will have to try and fudge the numbers again and get themselves to something of a buy. Might just be pistols, though. Keep money up, and Davenport with an okay case to make it to a 5th. I say okay because the last round EG didn't exactly invest too much. Did not go too well for Davenport. But this time, no SMGs. Deagle for Rush, P2, 50 for Walco, and George on a 5-7. Stan removed early. Rush with a trade, but a lot of damage being taken out over that gun recovered for Rush, plus the armor. Could be a leg to stand on, and George picking one up with a 5-7 is really starting to throw things into a bit of a quandary for Davenport. George very low and taken out into this 3v3. But still, EG have a chance here with the salvaged rifle, the Deagle now on Junior. Davenport have to be very careful with how they play this one out. They have a lot of utility they can use to their advantage, but they're walking into the stack. Speck's got to hit that shot. That's a free kill. He goes back for more. He does punish Junior. Walco around the corner, swings out wide, gets the spray through the smoke, and he does a little bit more damage. Rush very low, but he finds Speck. It's all down to Pugg, and what has gone wrong? Davenport didn't probe, they didn't prod.
It's recoverable, though. Punished. It's recoverable. There's no health on these two remaining players. Pugg has all the time in the world. He could rotate if he wanted to. He's just going quiet, hoping to put the thought in their mind that he might have rotated, but coming in here, that Molotov might finish it. Rush has to peek. He knows it. He's burning. He's dead. So now it's all into Walco, who just has 6 HP and a P250. This better be one heck of a headshot. Pugg could have actually gone back for another Molotov. It was right at his feet. Not do that, though. Fake the plant. Walco's not biting just yet. Hoping the player's not going to be around. Here it comes through. Back into the side hall. Walco was hoping he would push in to try and catch him off tempo if he was rotating for B, but that's not going to happen. Instead,
it's all timing.
He's got to go looking. Could have gotten the rifle, but he's wary. Wanted to make sure that he wasn't on the angle before he picked up this AK. And yeah, Pugg was ready for it. Well played from Pugg, giving himself enough space that he couldn't get caught off guard. Reels that one back.
Still a lot of damage taken by Davenport in a round they should have had relatively clean. Only one player surviving, coming down to the 1v2. Took a hero play to get him another round. But they have at the very least gained 5, which is not too shabby on the T side. Make it to 6. Things are all right, but their money, it's a point for concern. Lost point is gone. A loss here could ruin it. Pugg's got the opening. Walco can't find the opener on towards B. He's been so good. He's not in that situation. George all the way down the ramp. This could be 2 picks for Davenport in the very early going of this round.
He's going to stick around here. He needs a flash on the smoke. Right? Dane spamming. Oh my god. He's just going to have it for free. There's no world where Dane expected that. There's no world. Still, that's going to propel them further in towards B, and it's the vacant site. The heavy emphasis on mid means that they've got nothing here. Counter mollies, perhaps. Smoke gives enough cover to plant in. Need to get that bomb down before this utility fades. There's another salvo on Austin, but he's way out of position. He's lurking mid-late, so these nades can't really help them. And he's done this enough in the late mid lurk that Rush is actually just looking for it. There will presumably be a clock on this play. Eventually, Rush will need to focus his way on in, and it seems to be the moment. They're taking the beachhead. He's back, stuck here by the generator. He's going to get the kill. His vision clears just in the nick of time. Now Austin's here on the flank. They have no expectation of this. Junior down, they line up, and Austin takes all 3.
That lurk catches him again. Austin. He's living up to the name. Puts his team on the back there. He gets the job done. EG now with a broken buy in the last round of the half. SMGs, pistols. It ain't pretty. It ain't ideal. And Davenport actually with a chance, a case for a 7th out of this half. This was a 6-0 start for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
Davenport have won 6 of the last 7.
And that one that they didn't was off a broken buy. Oh, Pugg's going to get the better of Walco again. He's gotten a little predictable here towards B, and he's gotten punished. Once again, you're going to have to bring a player back in. This time it's just an SMG for Rush. Good with the MP9 in this position last time, but last time they also had the numbers here in time. He's already going to have to burn his smoke. These Molotovs making his life difficult. Junior's back on the angle. Don't have a flash for this peak. He can't really go for it. He just has to play for them to play into him. They're giving it up. They're shifting in towards mid instead. They're anticipating a rotation. They've got that kill on Austin. That might just propel the B players in. Damage here from Pugg. They are going to commit through. Pugg caught. That upgraded AK makes all the difference. Now George finds the A player, and suddenly the options are limited for Davenport. This one's spiraling out of control once more. Spec got to be wary not to take his teammate's head off. Nice spam on the boost. So much damage. It's unconfirmed, but it's there, and Spec follows it up with the Tech 9 of all things. George and Junior a 2v2, and George nowhere close at hand. He's trying to come in to group up with his teammate. He didn't want to go for the flank. Instead, he wants to play with him. This bomb's now down. There's a timer on this. George needs to get into position. And like this from Spec. There's a gap in the smoke, though, and he's spotted. All under corn. All under corn. Delivers some huge rounds early. Can he do it again? Spotted up. He's got the angle. He's got the shot. Another clutch from Corn. And just one round to separate these teams as we head to the half.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
One round all that separates these teams. A slim lead from EG, but considering the 6-0 start, this was quite the recovery from Davenport. Now they're on the favorite TT side here, Bugs.
Yeah, very impressive from Davenport, but EG love the T side. 62.7% win rate on the T side. So they love the offense. They love to overwhelm. There's only one player here towards A in the form of Corn. Double stack middle from Davenport. Actually, it's a triple stack middle, and it's a 1-3-1. This flank is going to have to be lethal. Corn's been the alarm bell. He's ringing it. EG are still taking their sweet time moving up side hall. Double dualies too in effect for Davenport. These fights are going to be critical. Just have to go the way of Davenport if they want to really start to make this comeback work. Utility flying in from EG. George getting that bomb down. 5v5 retake on the cards. But the plant is already a win for the T side.
It's a small victory at least. There's a kit. Utility's being lined up for this retake, so they're going to go over. This is reminiscent of first half pistol in a way, but this time kills go the way of the T's immediately. This is looking good now. Good crossfire, but suddenly it falls apart. Rush up close. He's got the kills he needs. He goes in for the knife. He's missing it, but Walco will be the steady hand.
Good save by Walco. Rush. He had no real other options, so I don't mind the knife call. Walco keeps it cool, calm, and collected, finishes it off nice and easy there. Buy up from EG. Nothing from Davenport, just USPs, flashbang, the Anders flash effect. And EG just looking to mop up some kills, build some money. 3 Galils, 2 Max. Zeus for Pugg. All right, I respect the call here. Specs got one too. Is this Zeus import? Well, there's one down. How many more Zeuses are up on Davenport's side? That's my question.
Just Pugg.
Maximum 2.
Pugg's got one. I think just Pugg. And he's dead. Well, clean one there for EG. A lot of money going to be made in this one. They'll start to build the bank early on. And I mean, they had the hot start to the first half before things came to a screeching halt. See how hot they can get this start to be. Investment going to come through here from Davenport. Bonus round for EG. Not a body lost in the last, so SMGs and Galils all the way here. If they can get a bomb plant, then you've got a really good footing into the next round, regardless of what happens here. Let's see what they got. Important round for Davenport.
Not the whole map just yet, but a lot of their chances do rest on this round. Because you don't have to rely on another big comeback. Not having the op for spec, I think, does hurt a little bit too. There's not much they can do in that regard. The lack of a kit also could pose a problem. And Austin's eating nades again. EG's utility usage has been pristine. Aside from that unfortunate Molotov by the man on screen.
It's all good. They didn't lose that round, so no harm, no foul.
We'll go with that.
They've mostly been on point with the nades. Now they're depleted. They don't have much to show for it this time. A little bit of unconfirmed damage, nothing substantial. It seems like this is going to be a play in towards B. Pressure on Austin. He's the player who's been softened up. But do they expect someone to still be at quad? He's just been chilling here. Still is a statue. That's Pugg who's looking. Pugg who gets caught. They're not going to expect Austin. This could be the ace in the hole. Austin, he's going to get one and only one. That's probably not enough, but no, he's been contentious at the very least, and it might just be if Dangerous puts this work in. He was not expecting that to be a Mac 10, I don't think, and an ankle spotted around the smoke. Gives him up. Ball down. George being a monster. Corn down to 21 points of health, and Junior will finish it off. George, the absolute beast unleashed on sight, and EG win the bonus.
Huge bonus victory from EG. It comes down to the 1v1, but it doesn't really matter. When this is another round, they can build up some money. Junior with the critical headshot. Dane almost pulling that back. Those 2 kills were huge, but he goes for the gun. Comes up with the Mac 10, and he gets caught at a gap in the smoke. And now it's a Mag 7 for Pugg, the Pwn Alone special.
He biffed it, though.
Yeah.
Biffed it a bit.
Too much noise.
Gave up the audio cue. Not coming his way, though. They're going to respect it, at least for the moment, and work elsewhere on the map. Well, they're going to kill him first. Then they're going to work elsewhere on the map.
Remember, it's George we're talking about who got that kill. He see fight, he take fight.
True. And real. Corn here. Tucked in the corner of yellow. This could get interesting. What's the side hall? Is anyone checking this? I think it's clear. Okay. No, Junior has the presence of mind to figure that one out, and he gets a second one as well. Why not? And, I mean, 2 unarmored pistols. This shouldn't be interesting. He can find a bit of an angle. Body blocks a smoke to little effect. He's just trying to block smokes. He's just trying to block smokes. Like, I don't know what I could do with an unarmored USP, but by golly, I can body block some smokes. Man's playing Pong out here. And now he's alone. Now, he's dead.
Stan will get rid of the MAC-10. George will keep the MAC-10 from the looks of things. No, there it goes. It's in the hands of Walco now. So they're keeping one of the Macs. Interesting call there. Would expect that to take point on a push somewhere or other. Maybe even go for an early pick. Davenport losing 4 in a row. Have the op for spec. They have the buy. This is where they need to get back to the win column. This is where they need to break this losing streak. Austin drops on down. Tucks in back. He's going to look for somebody to walk in. So there's pressure around the map from EG. Just probing and prodding and looking for something to exploit. They find Austin.
That's the only B player, too. They've got to pull a rotate. Spec has to commit into this. She a little slow to capitalize. I didn't realize how much vacancy they had here, so Spec's able to at least work his way into position to do something about this. But EG also have all the clock in the world to play with, right? They can just let some time slip into this. It's a spread defense for Davenport. 2A, 1 mid, 1 B. Spec's going to have to go ham if they're going to have a chance to contest here. Oh, he's got the first. He's got the check. He's got the second as well. Molotov too late on that. They're trying to swing in, but they're getting stuffed at the gates. The flashbang have been here in the nick of time, and now they're pulling the ripcord. They're backing off, but this time they don't have any utility, so they're going to have to try and take a dry. That is a brutal prospect, especially with EG.Jeorge still having a Molotov in reserve. He's going to be able to stop this bomb plant if he rips it right now. Oh, that kill could be a big difference maker. That one, even more. Okay, all right, never mind. Davenport, we're set up beautifully to defend this A site, and then they just lose every fight, Puggs. It's not fair.
You were right. It was brutal.
I mean, it should have been theirs. Everything was leading their way. And then
the MAC-10.
And then they just all got killed.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's you're gonna feel some pain
Did
from
Walco
that one
just...
if you're a Davenport fan. Can Spec keep the up? No.
So it goes from bad to worse in that round from Davenport. They have the A site on lock, and it gets pried open by a brute force play with a MAC-10 and a rifle. Bomb goes down, Spec goes to save, and he gets hunted. That is a round to forget for Davenport. And they're back on pistols. Deagles, P250, 5.7, a bit of utility. But man, that is a terrible round to lose.
Yeah, it should. That's probably. I mean, that just about sinks the chances, right? Pull the plug, drain the bathwater on this one.
That's a capsize at the very least.
We're not done just yet. We're not done. There's still hope, but they've got to pull off one of these ridiculous rounds. They've had these ridiculous rounds go against them. They need to do it. So this is the round, right? You got pistols. You got very little. Why not now? Why not now? Win one of these back. Put the pressure back onto EG.
EG love the T side, though. That statistic against MIBR and Timberman. Very, very good record on the T side. They love it. And they've spotted a player. Austin gets sprayed by George, who's just sitting in the flames. as he's heating up on the scoreboard, trying to edge closer to a 3.0 KD. He's already at a 2.0 plus. I'm not going to do the exact math on that one, but he's doing good.
He's doing good. That's my mathematical representation here. I mean, the dude is just a sledgehammer, right?
Oh,
you
yeah.
point him in the direction of a site, and he is going to smash the doors in and send rubble flying all over the faces of the CTs.
I thought he was going to get a chance on the main roster when he got picked up.
It's an interesting one, right? It is definitely an interesting one in terms of he's such an intriguing prospect. Get in the RMR, stand with a little cleanup. Might actually have made a blunder here. Give them an AK. This is way better to save than anything they had. Let's see if they can take this rifle through into the next round. This is actually a blessing for Davenport.
Yep. That's why you don't hunt pistols.
Look, man, got to get those eeks. Those sweet, sweet ecos.
I think Stan could use a couple leaks.
Got to get those eeks. Paul's coming back in. This is presumably for Davenport.
Correct.
As they don't have anything else to spare.
Well, they have 3 kits, the OP, the AK, rifles, good amount of utility. It's not a terrible buy. It's not a terrible look. It's just a pretty much must-win round. They lose this one.
Map point, no money.
It should be it. And look at the money on EG, too. Even if they drop this round, they get 3-4 kills. They still put Davenport in a rough spot.
I mean, you got 3 buys of the Evil Geniuses to get through before you can even think about a reset.
And that's not counting bomb plants and all that either.
Yep. Yeah, this is pretty brutal for Davenport. Unable to get impact this half. Hops drop down. This is insanity.
No
Spec,
way.
I can't imagine that's what he was hoping for. But now the question is, can he even survive this? Right answer somehow. Wow. Walco lost in the smoke. That one was insanity. 2 yakety sacks. But they'll take it. I mean, they will take it. Why not? Sands worked his way into cement. This could be tricky. Walco. Oh, no, he didn't. But Spec missed an opportunity. Do or die, and die was the answer. Now pressure on towards the site. It's only 3 defenders. And they don't know which way this is coming. Walco's still on the opposite side of the map. Utilities raining in on A. They're being chewed apart. Meanwhile, Walco's saying, guys, we might want to just bail. Couldn't be. Stan's pulled so much focus. He has sold this beautifully. And now as Walco goes around the corner, he's going to say, no one's here. We've got this. Guaranteed bomb plant. Complete freebie. This should probably be a save for Davenport. But with the pressure on A ramp, they don't even really know that they can trust this. Pugg's going to try something, anything, to make this round happen. But if they're not given a kill, they better back off. At least give themselves a chance. Nope, they're going through the smoke. And it's devastation. No gun saved. Nothing taken through. 8 map points for the Evil Geniuses.
8 map points on the pick of their opponents, but it's a very good map for EG, so it's not like this is a shock or a surprise. They like this map quite much, and they're showing why they like the T side too. George being a monster, Walco's had a whale of a game as well, Junior and Rush chiming in. It's been a good overall team performance from Davenport, from utility to the frags.
Fox, you were mentioning KD earlier. There are 3 players on the EG side at above a 2-0.
Yep.
That's bonkers. George gets one. Walco laid low. But with Junior chiming in as well, this one is looking rough. There's a player here default with the ult from Spec. He's got to get something. He's got to make some magic happen. He finds the first. Spec dancing around default. This could all just be a distraction. They're selling this so well. Spec tagged up. He'll find his kill, but do they realize now that no one's actually here? It's not the commitment. Fortunately, Korn didn't move all the way off, but he doesn't have any damaging utility. He can't stop this bomb plant. He can maybe stall and let his teammates come through. Bit of tag damage onto Rush. There's no damaging utility whatsoever. They're going to have to group and go. But they've got the man advantage, and that is at least something. Something. Anything. Rush and Stan. This dynamic duo. These old war buddies now playing together, trying to find their space, trying to find where to play from. It'll be Stan who sticks close to allow Rush to go around the insurance policy here. There's no kid. They got to go on the Davenport side. Time could be the biggest issue. And having cleared outside hall, they're going to focus in. EG.Jeorge down. The diffuser gone, and that could be it. That is going to be it. No chance here. Just one spam coming through. Rush finds it eventually. And Evil Geniuses will complete the flawless T-side. An absolute massacre after the half switch to take their opponent's map pick of Vertigo.
George was massive. Walco immense. Rush with the clutch. And Junior, he was there to provide support. He didn't really need to be all that impactful.
I think he went 20-9. He was pretty dang good.
He didn't really have anything like huge in terms of like multi